The first thing is, it's like a nervous laugh. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. Was my mic off?
I wasn't recording this whole time on this. Damn, I stopped it for a stupid reason earlier. When Ollie went to the bathroom.
That's fine.
Yeah, what do we do? Because then the clap doesn't matter now, too.
Yeah, we should just restart. I mean, what do we talk about if any substance?
Do we want to address what just happened?
No. I don't remember.
No, at least like what happened was we forgot to click. Well, we didn't.
Yeah.
Josh forgot to click record. But I mean, all things considered, it's the three of us who are having a normal conversation that we would have.
We're just chilling.
I just think of that stuff like if it was something serious.
Yeah, and you like finish it, and it's like, whoa, I wasn't recording the whole time.
Dude, Tom Segura and Bert Kreisher have a new podcast, and they were talking about that. It's called double punching. It's where you press record and press stop. Like, you press record to start it, and then you think you didn't press it, so you stop it. So
Interesting.
So you do understand what it is?
Yeah.
And Bert was talking about when he had his travel show that like he did skydives, and then one guy would be kind of looking at his camera like, oh shit, guys, I double punched.
Dude, it takes a lot of guts to stand up and say that.
Dude,
it's one of those things where you almost just don't even want to say.
I know. So we didn't have that happen, so I'm not mad about it at all.
Yeah, not a double punch. Just completely forgot.
That's my sweet boy.
Only so much longer until these boys are around anyway, so.
Yeah.
Wow.
What? What?
He's talking about global
Global
warming.
I know.
warming, man. It's
Dude.
about to be 97 Saturday. Give me a break.
That is crazy. It's so funny how this summer, in the beginning, it was raining, it was shitty. I was like, dude, this is the worst summer ever. And now the past 2-3 weeks have been beautiful. Now it's like, this was the best summer ever.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's really nice.
It's just funny. It's funny how quickly you could jump on that train.
It just didn't feel like summer until like the end of June.
Like the latest it's done that.
Yeah.
It was not warm
Yeah.
at all.
Just start getting humid out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Which is the one thing about Michigan.
Yeah,
that's
it's
why
like, holy shit.
it's deep. That's why 97 in California versus 97 here, like Arizona, the dry heat.
It's so different.
I could handle that any day of the week. But
I remember I was in Las Vegas at the Hoover Dam. And
Dude, you been to the Hoover Dam? Damn.
Damn right. I actually, really creepy story about that place is, you know how there's that elevator?
Uh-huh.
Are we good?
Yeah.
So it is like crammed in there like sardines. And there's this kid who he was definitely too old to be carrying around an action figure, but he was carrying around a Superman. And him and I were eye to eye. And he just kept looking at me and doing stuff with his eyebrows. I can't really control my eyebrows like that. And I was like 9 years old. And I was like, what the hell? And that was it. but no, back to the
What?
No, that was a quick digression. That wasn't the main
I
story.
was like, what are you getting at here?
So we had this tour guide named Barbie.
Okay.
And she's
wow.
like, yeah, like the heat index is 135, but like it's really not that hot because it's so dry. And then she turned around to point something out. Her back is just drenched.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, good old Barbie. Yeah, dude, hot weather is something else.
I don't mind it unless I'm trying to sleep. Like, I get so mad.
Yeah, that's fair. You get mad.
Yeah, dude, because like not being able to,
dude, when we were camping, I had way too many layers on. And we didn't like open or close the tent, open up the tent the first night
Did you just camp recently?
when we went to the UP.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we should talk about that. I forgot you were there.
Yeah.
Sorry, camping, go ahead.
Anyways,
It was hot as hell.
we didn't, because we were like, oh, it's gonna be super cold. Like, don't open these up. I had a pretty like thick sleeping bag.
Yeah.
And I just woke up so hot. I'm like, why? And at that point, I could not go back to bed because I couldn't find the comfortable spot between hot and cold. That was brutal.
I didn't tell you this about the trip. So I ran into my cousin that kayaked around Superior. Guess how many miles they went? So I think our trip was 4 miles on Pictured Rocks. Was it
6?
6? Okay. Guess how many miles they paddled every day for
Around
80 days?
Superior? I don't even know. I couldn't even guess. A couple hundred?
46?
No way.
50 to 60 miles a day.
Oh,
We've
a
told this
day.
before.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And they're like, think about it. If you're at Pictured Rocks, you can't stop. They would have
Yeah,
to
you
keep
couldn't get
paddling
off.
some nights.
Where how long was it total? Do they know?
Like total distance.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure
Miles.
they know. I don't
Aquatic
know.
miles.
No, I don't. They were going about 50 knots the whole way.
Dude, you're fighting waves. That's crazy. So they sleep in their kayak?
No, they'd sleep on a tent or in a tent. Like they'd go to shore
Oh.
when
Yeah,
they
yeah,
could.
When they
but
could,
sometimes
yeah.
they could.
They just have to go through it. Just keep
Yeah.
paddling.
So, question for you guys.
Do not do that.
Rewind to the 1940s. In 1880s, and you gotta cross the Atlantic Ocean. I'm just curious, like, what on earth do you think they were doing for, I don't know how long that voyage is, maybe a month, maybe 2 months, cross the pond
What do you mean? What were they doing? Like
from
in
the
terms of
Americas
enjoyment?
to what?
Like in terms of enjoyment or
Yeah,
what?
yeah. Like, what are they doing with their time? Probably repairing the boat, probably getting stuff ready.
Sort of a guess, but like wasn't because one thing my dad always tells me is like the founding fathers were drunk all the time because like like clean water was not like
Yeah.
easy to come by.
It's so funny.
So maybe they just drank the whole time.
You gotta drink something.
That
Just
would
gonna
be,
pass out in the sun.
yeah.
Easy way to pass the time.
Yeah, so you gotta do something.
It's a
That's a
long
good point.
voyage.
I never thought about it like that.
I have a question for you guys because I feel like in my head I think of every single old person like sitting by not old person, like person from that time period, like sitting by a candlelight and like writing stuff down. Do you think everyone did that, or it's just like a select few people? You know?
Just think of a poet.
I know, but don't you think of everyone like that sort
With a
of?
feather?
Yeah.
I mean, you had to be pretty rich to do it. So I think it's tough. Well, not like, maybe
I
not
don't
rich.
think so.
Maybe not
Ink?
rich.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And a feather? You can get a feather anywhere.
Yeah, you kind of wonder what other things do you have to do to
Yeah.
express yourself?
I'm just wondering what like a bum in like the 1800s was like.
A bum.
Like,
Just
how much worse can it get? The living conditions.
No, like just think of like someone who's like super lazy and doesn't do anything like today. Like they just like work somewhere.
Oh, that
yeah.
like watches Netflix all
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Like that
What,
kind
like
of
what
bum.
were they like? What were they doing?
Oh.
Seriously,
That bum
though.
didn't exist, bro.
That's a good question.
No, it is. It is.
I want answers.
Maybe
What
there's
are they
a-
doing? Probably.
Maybe there
Eating?
wasn't time. Yeah, maybe they were like fishing. Maybe
Probably-
they're just trying to survive.
Dude, they weren't.
Or just drinking too much. That's maybe the bum. Instead
Yeah.
of drinking, it's Netflix.
Other way
Oh,
around.
right, yeah.
Well, you know what I mean. Yeah. Other way, whatever.
I was confused too.
Thanks. Thanks, Ollie.
It's all here. No, that's a great question.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you don't have
Wow.
to worry about it until you're like 45, so.
Yeah.
So you
What?
get polio.
That's
Oh,
true.
oh,
You-
oh. I thought you were
don't
talking
get that
about
old.
drinking, dude.
No. Kids are drinking.
So you posted that video of me talking about Call of Duty on Instagram and
Yeah.
stuff?
That was hilarious.
That was 8 years ago. That doesn't seem like 8
even a
years.
decade.
That's crazy.
Dude, we're old.
We're old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just sitting there pondering that today. Like, I was 14. I sound like I'm 5 years old. And I love it.
Dude, that's why like I put the caption like I can't tell if this is really funny or like sentimental because it's kind of weird, dude.
It is.
Yeah.
I
I
laughed
teared
my ass
up,
off
dude.
when I saw that. I was laughing so hard.
My mom was laughing really hard. She was like, "That's Josh." Like that,
Yeah.
Especially synced up with just your face.
Yeah.
that I don't even know how that happened. I was just on your old YouTube channel.
I don't blame you. Some
Yeah.
good stuff on there.
There was one video.
Yeah. That's funny.
I'm realizing that the makeout story didn't get in.
Oh.
in the beginning.
Might as well retell that. It's-
Yeah, perfect story.
So you guys won't believe this. No, so
Let me guess, new order.
yes, wow,
Coffee?
same wavelength, iced coffee. But walked in, and I didn't. This is the one thing that I didn't say. They were in their 30s. It was
Oh.
not a young couple. They were not young.
You can justify young couples. You're like, hey,
A little bit.
drunken love.
I mean, love's crazy. I get it.
You know who's the one that's like super open, right? And,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
white? Oh my gosh, you can't even like blend in.
No,
in there.
they were sitting like in the most wide open spot, and I was like, I walked past and made eye contact with this girl, and I just started
While it
laughing.
was happening?
Yeah.
She had her eyes
no,
open?
No, not the girl that was making out.
She
of
was
it.
just eyeballing.
No, this girl was
people.
zooming in, like taking videos of it.
What? Of them making out?
Yeah.
A girl was, and they were laughing or something?
Well, the girl in the coffee shop was recording them.
Oh.
Like, y'all see this? But no, like sitting on the lap, like this guy is at his laptop, and all of a sudden his girlfriend or whoever plops on. They were like grabbing each other's triceps.
Jeez.
I mean, they were making out. I was taking notes and stuff.
Triceps grabbing.
Yeah, dude. You haven't made out like them, I guess.
I guess not.
But it was like 3 minutes of solid, like just no, like full contact.
It's interesting.
And
you
then-
timed it.
Then they were done. And then she just turned around, sat at her laptop. No acknowledgement of it. No looking around.
What do people
What if they
think,
didn't
like-
even know each other?
What are they thinking?
What do you think, like, people, because there's people that, like, just love making out in public, like, just trying, like, getting it in. Like,
Yeah.
what is going through your mind,
I just-
bro?
Yeah.
Like, that's just something,
I think a
I know
lot
you
of
guys
it.
would do that.
A lot of it, in terms of just PDA in general, I think it's a lot of like what you're used to seeing your parents do. And my parents love to make. No, like my parent. No, I'm
How do
like.
you know that?
No, I'm kidding. But I'm kidding about that part.
Not that part. I'm asking in general.
Yeah, I just
They
think
do-
like so. That's just kind of what you're exposed to. I feel like you guys don't. You disagree with that?
Product of your environment.
Oh, I don't know.
Like
I don't know.
like my parents don't show like a bunch of outward affection in public or even in front of me. So like I feel like I'm sort of like that because of that. I don't know though.
I'm just
That's
saying.
just-
Yeah, it's just a guess. You don't know what it actually is.
It's a pretty good guess. I mean,
I'll sit the rest
It's
of
just
this one out.
speculation.
I mean, do you have the numbers?
No, and you don't. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh,
Well, how do your parents make out?
not in public. No.
What if our parents just always make out like in public when we're not there?
That's what
Come
they do
back
at
from the
coffee
bathroom.
shops.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't want to think about that.
No, neither do I. Let's next subject.
Remember that time we touched Ollie's fingers with poop?
Dude, I'm not telling that story right now. We can't
No,
do
no.
two back to
I'm
back
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
planted stories.
Oh, I just touched Ollie's foot.
I'm looking at my Google notes. Oh yes, okay.
Ollie, how's your summer going, dude?
It is going
I was gonna ask something. but-
fantastic. I can't complain. You know,
Yeah.
just spending time down here, hanging out with you guys,
Nice.
going up north. Thinking my internship ends like the beginning of August, so I might just travel for a little bit. Might go to Puerto Rico.
Whoa, that's fun.
Crazy story about Puerto Rico coming up though, but might go there.
That
Maybe
scared me
thinking
so
about
bad. What's up?
Hey,
maybe thinking about going
Going to Puerto Rico?
just somewhere in the West Coast. Yeah, charter
Cool.
fishing trip planned up.
yeah,
Be a good time, but
really?
in Puerto Rico right now, something crazy is have you guys heard about like anything that's going on over there?
Nothing.
So there's like a bunch of protests, like thousands of people.
Do they all have electricity yet? Like, how is that status?
So like, basically, if you live, so like you got San Juan, and that's like basically I would compare it to like Michigan,
Mm.
in that San Juan's like Detroit, and that's like the like where everything like,
No,
population
totally. Old San Juan
is
and
all
San
there, yeah.
Juan.
And then like it's suburbs, and then as you go out, like it just turns mountainy and it's more like country.
Yeah.
And basically everyone that's in the suburbs and like not too far outside of the suburbs got power, but if you're in the country, you probably don't have power. Like, just so much stuff got damaged out there,
That's wild.
and
But sorry.
but it's a
yeah.
lot better.
But protest. I cut you off. I
Yeah.
just
So the governor there has been like corrupt for a while now, or he hasn't been liked like since he's been in office. And in like a 900-page document with like I think texts and emails that some like investigative journalism like some organization in Puerto Rico like released it and leaked it, and it's just the governor talking about like talking crap about like the Treasury using like homophobic and like slurs against people like within the government and stuff like that, just talking crazy basically.
Dang.
And then talking about just like just talking bad about the government. And literally last week or 2 weeks ago, two people in his I don't know, his cabinet or whatever, two high up people literally got booted by the FBI. Got
Jeez.
kicked off for like
That's right. They're part of the U.S. I kinda
the
forgot
FBI
about
came
that.
in and was
The
like-
FBI can take over.
enough of that. And
I didn't
so,
hear any of this.
Yeah, these people were using like government contracts to like their benefit and like
insane.
other things like that. And so like the government there, like they're in bankruptcy right now. So the government's just like it's
Well,
a
aren't
shit
we
show.
too?
Yeah.
Or we're just in debt.
We're just in debt.
That's
I don't-
not
I don't
bankrupt.
under- I
Not
don't
bankrupt.
understand
You're
that, though.
I'm sorry.
I'm keep telling your story.
But no, like they're just trying to overthrow this guy. And it's just a big thing like in Puerto Rico, and like Bad Bunny
Yeah.
straight up stopped his world tour Like he's I don't know where he is in the world, and is stopping to go protest with the people.
Whoa, that's crazy.
And the governor was talking like crap about Ricky Martin, who's like huge in Puerto Rico and he's gay, and he's coming down. Dude, this guy, I don't know how much longer this guy has.
That's wild.
But and what's even crazier is the Royal Caribbean. They're like the CEO or whatever stop cruises there. They're stopping cruises there, cause like. Whoa. The government building is in the old. You've been there.
Yeah.
So the government building is in the old San Juan, and like that's where the cruise docks are, and that's where where all the tourism really is for like cruises, and that's the biggest cruise port in the Caribbean.
No, you're right. You're right.
And they're like, yeah, we're not sending people there. Like, there's no reason. There's just thousands of people in the streets protesting. They busted out tear gas yesterday. Nuts,
crazy.
But yeah,
that's scary.
It's real crazy.
We had an international meeting, and it was just going over cool stuff with Z-Bart. Mm-hmm. But it's crazy just hearing stories in the sense of, you don't really think about it. Places that are in constant war, whether Turkey goes through this civil war or Syrian places, but just those businesses basically stop getting business for 2 years. And it's trying to build up after these crazy government things. And there's like a lot of crazy government stuff happening. Whether it's the bans they put on certain stuff, all the money they take. Like, when you kind of step back and look at it, it's like, man, thank God I'm not in that turmoil.
Just imagine living in Russia or China, where like you can have a huge company, build it up, it's worth billions, and then the government just says, that's mine.
Yeah.
And you can't do anything about it. I think Brad was telling me about somebody like that in Russia.
I was. It was a Vice thing.
It was a Vice thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And it was like, they're basically like, yeah, this is the next Zucks in
There you
Russia. And it was a really cool piece, and then it just kind of abruptly, he's like, I no longer have my company. And then it just ended.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's Vice for you.
Yeah.
They just go.
Yeah, it was really crazy.
That is insane.
No, I'm still thinking about like, how can you be, I'm thinking about the U.S. debt, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
dang.
No, but how, like, I don't understand how that works. It's like, what is it, 16 trillion or I don't.
Yeah, it's going up. It's
But-
maybe even towards like 18, 19.
But how does that work?
I remember when it was at 7.
How does it work?
That's just so much money you're playing with. You got to know that that's never going to get paid back. Like,
Yeah, I don't know how it works. I'd like to say like this happens, that happens, but I don't know.
I don't know either.
and we're the most in debt by so much too. Like second place, I don't even think is close.
Did you know
China.
Instagram is illegal in China?
Really?
Yeah. I just farted.
In China? Yeah, it's you can't have social media like it's
No, they have different.
They have their own
they have
thing,
different
yeah.
things. Yeah.
One of the craziest things I ever heard was in one of my classes, there was an international student that used to live in a Chinese village, like no electricity, no nothing. And then his parents started a business and he moved to Shanghai, had multiple houses and like multiple cars.
Jeez.
Yeah. And like he was just talking about his glow up. I was like, dude, that is crazy.
That is,
That's a
how is his
crazy-
Fine.
English?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, man. That's insanity.
Yeah, that lifestyle's wild.
Those exchange students, man. Go try to find one not.
Do you remember that story? Maybe it was you that told me about it, but they were starting to have Audis and all these really high quality cars sitting in Walmart parking lots.
You heard about this?
Oh, yeah, you're talking about that. And
Do you know the details better than me?
Yeah, it's just at Michigan State,
Yeah.
all these Ivy League schools, basically any school with a high like international student population, specifically from China, that it's not worth it for them to like obviously ship the car back. Like the cost of that would be a lot, and they don't feel like it's worth their time and energy to sell the car, so they just leave the car at a Meijer parking lot, and just like Meijer is like, wait, this like. Not Bugatti, but like this whatever.
Porsche's just
Yeah, has been here for 4 months, and then like they connected it all back. New York Times had a piece on it.
That's insane.
Just
What if-
imagine being like that. Oh, I don't need that car. Like I'll leave that.
Yeah. Yeah, these are BMWs.
Imagine just giving it to one of your American friends.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
hey,
oh, yeah,
toss it
that
in the
would be
keys.
badass.
I'll see you never. That'd be so dope. He's got a new car.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be nice.
One thing that, because one of the girls that I work with at Urban Outfitters was an international student, and that was probably the closest like personal relationship I had with someone that was going to state from China. And she was saying it was really interesting because if you think about it, when you go to Rick's or any of those bars, you never see any international students at all. And she's like, yeah, we don't really feel welcome, or like we feel like it'd be weird if we showed up there. Yeah, because like it's really sad, dude. And like she wouldn't even go with us. Like a bunch of us from work were like trying to convince her. I think at some point they did, but like there's bars in like they're in like Okemos where it's like a billiard bar where it's like, oh, that's the Chinese bar.
Really,
like,
that's where they go.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
I know.
I mean, that's pretty overwhelming. Like,
oh, I can imagine.
You gotta think like,
oh, absolutely.
That's just gotta be nuts. Because now that you think about that, I really have never seen
it's a good point.
foreign exchange student at those bars. That's crazy. And they go all the way to Okemos. That's nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a weird thing, and I had never even like thought about that. She's like, yeah, we don't really feel that welcome and feel like it'd be weird.
That's just like a cultural thing, because I feel like because like you, when you're in Spain, like you never felt like, oh man, I'm not gonna be able to go to this bar with these Spaniards, like or a club.
Like, no, I know. Yeah, I was totally like, what the fuck's up there? I never
speak
was.
English.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, but it was never like I was ever unwelcome. That's pretty sad. Andrew's steady wearing the crazy shirts. You gotta change for our next podcast.
I know, I brought another shirt. Do you like the mustache? Your brother complimented it yesterday.
Oh, dude, who wouldn't?
Matches the shirt, dude.
Thank you, dude. Really crusty.
Like you just got off the 9 to 5 at Jiffy Lube.
Dude, speaking of Jiffy Lube, the guy at there's this guy at Valvoline, dude. I legit, like, he turned 15. He's probably 28 now. I think he turned 15 and said, "Oh, I'm never gonna brush my teeth again." Dude, he smiles and I'm like, "Hey, never do that again, dude." It is so gross, and I don't know why I always get along really well with the guys at Valvoline.
Dude, just look how you're dressed. They probably think
one of the guys would always try and shake my hand, but he's got these oily ass hands, so I'd be like, but
elbows. Elbows.
Maybe I should apply there.
Maybe.
Dude, your Bass Pro Shop had away from being a manager.
It would be cool to know a lot about cars, but I don't know shit.
Dude, that's where like I feel like I'm lacking, dude. And just like
but they're all
DIY
about to be
stuff.
Yeah.
Like my dad built like a shelf, built a shed. Like I'm not ready
I think
for
that stuff comes when you need to know how to do it too.
You think so?
I mean, some people when they build their own homes, next thing you know, they're building their shelves, they're doing that stuff. Once you actually need it, it just never in my life have I really wanted or needed to do a lot of that stuff yet. So maybe it'll come soon.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, sorry.
But the thing with cars is that like they're getting less and less mechanical. So for example, like so if like let's say my great uncle knows a lot about cars. He's not going to. I'm going to know more about cars than him technically because I know some things about computers. Speaking of computers, how are you liking the desktop?
It's sweet. I like it a lot. Yeah, I took Andrew's desktop. I was supposed to get a monitor today. I think I might have 3 monitors. Just
excuse me.
We'll see.
I was gonna save this for the podcast with Rohan, but I can't not bring it up right now since we're talking Amazon. So the past 2 days were Prime Day, right? They accidentally put this camera gear there was a lens that was $13,000, a camera body that was $5,000, and then another camera that was like $2,000, $98.
They accidentally put it on there?
It was there for like 30 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, and all these people, and they're getting the orders.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Can you imagine?
They're getting their orders. Wow.
$5,000 to 90. Wait.
$13,000.
They could get a lawsuit if they don't give it to them in a way.
Yeah, sure. Amazon will definitely give it to them, dude. It's not worth it. Like they're so good. Like one time they accidentally sent us, those like red wagons that you can like pull kids in. Mm-hmm. They sent us one like out of the blue. We never ordered it, and my mom called like, "Hey, we didn't order this," and they're like, "Keep it, like it's yours." And it was probably like $150. Wow. So we gave it to one of my cousins.
I was gonna say, do you ride in?
Yeah, that's how I got down here, dude.
Dude, I rode a bird the other day in Detroit. I was on the phone with you.
Sounds pretty familiar.
I was on the phone with you and it didn't work. I was like, "Are you kidding me? This sucks." I was telling you.
Oh
about
yeah.
it. And I get on these things. I do all the scan. And it ends up costing me like $3 or $4, whatever. And I finished. And it says, "How was your ride?" Gave it 1 star and said didn't work. Whatever. Yesterday I get an email. It says, "Hey Josh, so sorry your bird ride didn't work out. We completely refunded you, and we hope you continue to ride Bert, something like that. I'm like,
Dude, I wonder what Ray put for his ride.
yeah.
I feel like I should probably explain the context of that. So, former guest and friend of the show.
Guest and friend.
Yeah. Broke his elbow on a bird this past weekend, and yeah, I wonder if he got an email.
Yeah.
This actually brings up, because I was sort of thinking about this in the back of my head, because you hurt your knee. You obviously hurt your knee. And I was talking with Ray about his doctor was saying something like, yeah, like you're going to have serious arthritis in your elbow when you're older. And I was telling him about Casey Neistat, and I don't know if you know about this. He got in he was riding a moped or a bike. I can't remember which one, but he got hit by a car in New York, broke his leg in 27 places.
Jeez.
And the doctor told him that he'd never run again. And that's when he started running. And then a year and a half later is when he did his first Ironman.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
But just like, I understand from the doctor's perspective that that's what they have to say. But it's also like, dude, that is so like paralyzing to some like people's mentality.
Yeah, that's
Because so much is like, it's so much mental.
It is.
And especially like surgeries nowadays are so much better than they used to be. And
Yeah, you hate to have a kid with a mentality of like, yeah, I'm gonna have arthritis soon.
Yeah,
this
or just
elbow's
like
never
can't-
gonna be the same.
yeah.
Dude, this one guy that I played 5 a.m. ball with, he's probably like in his 60s and is legit one of the better players here. Like this guy has an unstoppable turnaround J, which is all you need. And he's like pretty big, so like,
Yeah.
and he can still move. But this guy was gonna get. He had offers from like Western, Michigan State. He showed us his letter that he got from like the Michigan State coach for
I would
Izzo.
keep that too. That's cool.
Dude was like D1 bound easily. I think it was like the beginning of his senior year. Just busted his ankle, popped it out. They didn't have. So think he's like 60.
Yeah.
I don't know when he was playing. He was
Yeah,
18,
yeah.
but I'm not doing that math. But it was a long time ago. And
1845.
something like that. Just real short shorts. But he couldn't play. He was done.
Wow.
He could never, because they just never healed. Like they just didn't have the PT or the medicine for that. Like how screwy is that?
That is messed up.
Now you tear your ACL and you're an NBA player, you can come back in 5 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
At
That
the
is
minimum.
wild.
Yeah. It's so much of it is rehab. And speaking
Yeah.
of short shorts, another thing about the coffee shop that I didn't mention. There was a guy in there that had shorts that were so short, it made my shorts look like pants. Dude, they like I legit saw his ass.
So it's underwear. I was gonna say, so it's
Wow.
their underwear.
Yeah. Maybe even less than, dude. But I was like,
That's wild.
do your thing, dude. I know, I was like, that ass though.
Dude, that's a little bit too much.
Yeah, even after having this little knee injury, you step back after playing and you're like, dude, I don't know how much basketball I want to play like that anymore. And it's sad, and it's like, wow, no competitive spirit, no. But it's just scary. Because, God, I would hate to be playing basketball and tear my ACL, do something awful, and then be out for a year.
Yeah.
That is. It just sucks.
But it can happen so randomly.
Yeah,
No,
it can
that's
happen
why it's-
anywhere.
That like one of my uncles that was like athletic, like
not
was
worth
literally
it.
just playing like pig or something and was like running for the ball in the driveway.
Jeez.
Tore his ACL. He convinced me he got bit by a shark, and I believed it for like years.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah,
Gotta play it off.
yeah, yeah. That's a
It's
rough
a tough
thing.
thing.
Rough, tough. We both said that at the same time. But I feel like I have a interesting perspective on this because like my dad, like I was never able to play catch with my dad because like his shoulders are so screwed up in his back and knees. So it's like that's why I didn't play football, and just like realizing like the long game of life and just injuries and stuff.
I was just thinking, Ray's not going to be able to play catch either. I'm just kidding, but yeah. Yeah,
The fifth.
your dad got messed up, right?
Yeah.
When he was playing.
That's nuts, dude.
Yeah.
In the scar like is legitimately this long.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and he woke up during that operation.
Oh,
Yeah.
Could you imagine
All back?
waking up during that?
What?
What is the surgery in?
What do you mean?
It was his back?
Oh no, it's
Was his leg?
he broke his leg sideways
My
at the
gosh.
kneecap.
I don't know
He
if I
woke
knew
up
that.
during that?
Yeah, they flew him to Vanderbilt like to get the
Wow.
surgery done because he was going to school in Tennessee. But
Wow.
yeah, fun stuff though. Did we just
Yeah.
touch leg hair? That was
Yeah.
pretty majestic. Speaking of high school and Mr. Banks' class,
Yeah.
no, we can't. We got to talk about this for a second. I can't just tell the story. Right out the get-go.
for it. What do you
Mr.
mean?
Banks' class was a joke.
Oh, that's
no.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Just fooling around.
I
was
will
confused.
say, I regret not taking that class more seriously, but also I don't because I feel like anything that I was going to make in there was going to be not school
Exactly.
appropriate.
You mean go viral?
Yeah.
You guys remember that video we did where we tried to recreate the music video
Dude,
through the hallway?
we got to pause this for a second. We'll talk about this. Sorry,
Yeah,
that's video.
yeah.
That you don't know what video we're talking about? Where like
We're
the
around
entire
the school.
hallways were set
The
up.
trying to go
hallways
real
were crazy.
Yeah, what song? Or it was
It was like a mashup.
yeah. That's what everyone was doing like around the country, and like
That's right.
let's
It was
not be
all the
original and do the
schools.
same thing.
Yeah, that was an operation.
Dude, we shut down school for a couple hours because of that.
Yeah, that's right. That was so bummed it
It
didn't
was a
go
lip
viral,
sync.
dude.
It was a lip
Yeah.
sync thing.
We'll have to
That's what it
watch
was.
that after this.
We should recreate that, dude.
Yeah, in the halls.
It was really weird being back in the junior high.
Oh,
Yeah, that. in
It was. I
particular.
literally hadn't been in the oxygen since freshman year. Jonah slapped me in the face.
That oxygen is actually pretty nice though.
Oh, it's super nice.
It's nicer
Yeah.
than the regular floor.
It
Yeah.
is much nicer.
Did you see the new court that they're building there?
Mm.
It's
In the
like-
junior high?
No, the high school.
Yeah,
Whoa.
it's really
It's
nice.
legit. That's why they're playing at the junior high.
Yeah, you guys will have to send me a picture.
It's on-
once you see it.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Is it on something?
It's like basically.
I'm
finished.
sorry, but when he said Clarkson Nation, I'm like, dude,
Oh,
that
good
does
God.
not make
It
sense.
says Clarkson
Oh, good
Nation
God.
no,
on
in
there.
the tweet. It
Oh.
said Clarkson.
AD,
I gotta
Clarkson
check it
AD, giving live updates.
Wow.
But yeah, it's pretty legit.
They're getting some serious funding after those state
Yeah, jeez, oh,
championships.
Pete, you win. I mean, they're a factory. Like,
Yeah.
that's what weight room's next. Like,
For real.
either that or tetanus shots, because those weights.
Yeah, that was wild, dude.
Not good.
It is weird though because like I was thinking about this yesterday. Like a lot of those people are like former players, and I don't know. I guess I haven't. I don't know if I've ever talked to you guys about this, but like, could you ever see yourself moving back to either like, something's going on outside. Either like moving back to Michigan or like moving back to Clarkson specifically. Do you think you would do that, or if you plan on leaving Michigan?
Yeah. It's interesting when you see a bunch of people that grew up in Clarkson and then now their kids go to Clarkson.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's pretty crazy.
It's
There's a lot of people too.
a lot. Like everybody's parents know their son. It's all these weird connections where it's, I don't know how I feel about it. It's a little bit like, yeah, you
What
love
do
this
you think?
place.
I like Clarkston, but I mean, I can see myself moving back. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
I would definitely not want to stay there the rest of my life.
Not a-
obviously.
See,
Yeah.
that's where, I'm totally cool with like coming back
For
there.
sure.
Yeah.
But it's just the crazy thing that like people literally never move out of the 248.
Yeah, jeez, that's pretty
know.
nuts.
But at the same time, that's what people love. Some
Yeah.
people love a yard and a dog, and that's all they need.
What if you got a dog today? What would you name it?
Patriot.
No.
I don't know.
Dude.
You just put me on the spot.
Based
dude.
off the dog, man. I think the dog's
Yeah,
personality
I
has to fit the
I
name.
can't just give you that.
Like, if it's a big ass German Shepherd or something like that,
What's the name?
Maybe.
Zeus would be pretty dope.
Oh. Yeah, I like that.
Hercules.
Yeah.
Something powerful.
Grizzly.
Man.
Yeah, I don't know.
If I got
But-
a really small dog, Lil Uzi Vert.
Oh. Lil Uzi. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Dude, speaking of, where's that album?
For
That's never
real.
gonna come out.
That's so
ever.
sad.
Dude's milking it.
Yeah, he is. Ali, remember when you were the Grizzly?
Man. Let me tell you.
My dad loves to
was
bring that up.
crazy.
Dude, same with
Your
my
dad, your
parents.
parents know that?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot about that. Yeah, no, that was crazy. For those
How
that don't
did
know,
you come across doing that?
Yeah, for those that don't know, I was the mascot at Oakland University for like 2 years. Yeah, so how did that come across? I think I was looking for like jobs on like Oakland's website, and I knew somebody that I met him during like the orientation or whatever, and he was like a swimmer and he worked for the athletic department and he was like the manager for Grizz or whatever, and he told me about that and I was like, that's pretty funny. Never thought anything about it, and then I was like going through Oakland's like job search for on-campus jobs, and like the very last, I like just bummy jobs. I was like, I'm not gonna work in the kitchen. Like I'm not doing any of this stuff. Like whatever. And then the last one on like the last page middle, I saw Grizz, like the mascot. I was like, whoa. Like, pays like $10 an hour.
Yeah.
Like over minimum wage just to get a little sweaty.
Do you ever do like tricks, flips, anything like that?
Yeah, like so that thing was
I didn't know that.
That thing was tough to navigate around because you
Yeah, I
had
bet.
So
number
metal.
one, you have tunnel vision.
Yeah.
And like literally peripherals are gone and you're sweating your ass off in there and it's just like really big and clunky and then the feet, like you got an extra good half foot
Yeah.
of footage, so like you're just walking around. So like people would eat shit all the time. Like going
Yeah.
like there's a handler that like I've caught people like the Grizz going down the stairs because like it's
Can't
tough.
see anything.
But I could end up running in that. I could shoot a basketball. Got really close to juggling.
Wow, that's impressive.
That's cool, dude.
It was big enough where like if you did a one-handed push-up and you went kind of low, like you're doing a one-handed push-up. So I'd do that and people were like, Chris is an animal. Like, this guy's a beast.
I didn't
in
know
there.
you're such a showman, dude.
Dude, I was in there for 2 years. You get kind of bored at some girls' basketball games.
You gotta get a
find something
little
to do, bro.
spontaneous.
What are you trying to say?
Dude, come on.
Was there a fan in there?
What?
A fan?
No, there wasn't. We had an ice pack, but that thing lasted for all of like 30 minutes. So you're like, this is just hot and wet water now on top of me.
that's wild.
But no, it was a good time. Like, it was dope. I mean, it opened up. I ended up getting like an internship through the athletic department because I got tight with like the
That's
people
cool.
because it was ran through there.
Yeah.
And it was really dope. The Michigan State played Oakland at Little Caesars Arena. It was like the last time they ever did that. Or not Little
At the
Caesars.
Palace.
The
The
Palace,
Palace.
yeah. And that was when like Kay Felder played, and Michigan State was number 1 or number 2. And basically, I didn't Grizz for that, but because I got courtside seats to that, got to hang out with Grizz. It was awesome.
That is cool.
But definitely, if you have the opportunity to be a mascot, I loved it. It was a
Yeah.
lot of fun. Like, just dancing. I don't know. It was a
Do you
good
see,
time.
do you see a future in it?
If the pay is right. Like, I mean, I don't know if those
You
guys
can
are
be a
getting
furry.
paid, but yikes.
Oh. You gotta
No.
be very athletic to do that.
The pro ones, yeah, those guys are not
guys are
messing around.
crazy.
Like, I was just out there dancing, and that's about it. Like,
Yeah, those guys are getting like $80K a year.
You think so?
Just going hard
I
on
would love
those.
to look that up.
Maybe,
80K
I
is.
don't
Mr. Numbers guy, he's calling shit on me for making a guess, and then he's throwing out salaries for a
I'm
mascot.
just spitballing here. You gotta be pretty talented to be
Yeah.
that guy.
I'm just, yeah.
You're working
But
like,
maybe they have a couple. Maybe they have like 5 of them. So maybe it's
Roto. Yeah, we had a Roto
Maybe
of
it's
people.
pretty
Dude, what
cheap,
happens if
actually.
like the Grizz like tears his ACL?
Cart him off, dude.
Yeah.
I've seen that before.
Gets hurt
that'd be-
and they have to
oh,
pull
yeah.
him off.
I thought I was gonna have a stroke one time. I had to do an Oakland golf outing, and it was like 95 degrees out there. I think I lost 5 pounds in that day. It was
That's insane.
ridiculous. Like we would take breaks every once in a while, especially when we got on the course. That's when it was like mind over matter because there was no shade. Because at the beginning we were by the
Jeez.
clubhouse and stuff, and I'd go in and out. But out there, I was just baking on the course. Like it was brutal.
Yeah.
That was
that's
fun.
wild. They, with the Michigan State mascot, they don't admit who it is until they graduate,
Yeah.
right?
There's a guy from Clarkston.
Yeah.
Really?
Isn't
Yeah.
it some with an H? That's his last name. It was you all
I
night.
got something to say, guys.
But they put the feet on them
yeah,
when
no,
they
I know.
graduate. I think that's
trust
so
me, we would
funny.
like walk past him when we were doing grad pictures, and it was like, all right, yeah, cool. Have you ever heard of we're switching gears right now. Have you ever heard of the Cacophony Society?
The what?
Cacophony Society. I told you about this last week.
No.
They started Burning Man,
Okay.
Oh yeah.
and no, I was listening to a podcast about it today, and a book comes out about them in 2 days.
Oh wow.
And the podcast was Ari Shaffir and then Chuck Palahniuk, the guy that wrote Fight Club and all those books. And he was a member of it, and he was talking about the things that they do. And this is the thing that I told you. But in San Francisco, they had this marathon or some sort of race, and all these people dressed up in salmon costumes and ran the other way, like running upstream like salmon. That's like, do you know what SantaCon is?
No.
It's in San Diego? No, it's in New York.
It's starting
Yeah.
to kind of be everywhere. Where just like one day in December, like everyone takes off work and just dresses as Santa, and everyone just calls each other Santa. That's it. Like I'd be like, hey Santa, and they just get blackout drunk.
Yeah, and they shut down all the streets.
What?
Like
Yeah.
Santa's everywhere.
Yeah,
It's actually
But-
pretty cool.
Blacked out Santa.
But they, I was listening to it and realizing it kind of goes with the whole like breaking the simulation thing that we were talking about last time.
Yeah.
But like, I thought this was the funniest idea. This guy put a coffee mug and super glued it to the top of his car. So he'd be driving to work and people would be like, dude, look up there. And he'd be like, what are you talking about? And dude, he kept it going. Like he'd put a coffee pot. Like, is that not the
That's
funniest
such a
thing
good
ever,
idea.
dude?
That's
Oh, dude, I
hilarious.
love
I
that.
would that would be so
Because if I was driving by someone, I'd be like, dude, get that thing off.
on the highway.
Yeah.
Put your wallet up
Yeah.
there, do funny stuff. Oh, that's
Like a
so
TV.
great.
I know. I thought that was such a good idea. Like, but I just love the thought behind that of just like messing. Like they had the rules. I can't. It was obviously no physical harm, no monetary damage, and they don't want it to be like.
So is this a show? Or
No,
was this
no. It's
their-
just it's like a.
part
It
of
was
this
like
club?
it was like a club, and they were kind of like, and their slogan was "You may already be a member," which I thought was pretty cool.
I like it.
But wait, what was your question?
I don't know. What did I ask?
No, the rules of it. Yeah, so they never wanted to
yeah.
like single out a person. They wouldn't do the shit fingers.
Oh yeah. I'm just trying to think of like what stuff you'd do if you started one of those, or like if we started one of those. It'd be fun. It'd be really
We
silly.
could get Ollie with the Nutella. No, yeah, there's so many different things. Like it was basically they just like wanted to take the monotony out of everyday life.
And spruce it up.
Yeah, one of the things they started doing at Burning Man, it was called like drive by something, and they would buy like a massive stuffed animals and then get guns and drive 75 miles an hour past these things and just spray them down.
What?
Dude, Burning Man is crazy.
Yeah.
Like that.
It
There's like
is.
not even a point behind Burning Man. Like it's just a bunch of art.
Yeah.
It's not even like a music festival. A lot of people think it's that, but it's like a.
Yeah,
Right?
so obviously they started it.
Yeah.
It's kind of gotten, they were saying like co-opted, like they're not
Yeah.
really in line with it anymore. But it started as they just wanted an event where everything was disappeared. Basically, it's like an Instagram story before, and like it was only around for that week and then it was gone forever. And that's like a big part of like all their pranks is they don't like really record them or anything. So it's like you kind of had to be there.
Yeah.
And they were even talking about how Bill Murray will do that thing where he'll run up to someone on the street and give them a hug, and then he'll whisper, "No one will ever believe this," and then run away, because it's like, if only you have that story, people are gonna be like, bullshit.
Yeah.
Which I think is just
That
hilarious.
is kind of fun.
Did you ever see that documentary? The Bill Murray one? It's really good, dude.
No, I didn't.
Did you?
Yeah, but
Sounds-
I feel like we were talking about. I feel like we watched two different ones. Like there was the one, the HBO one that I watched.
What was it
Another one.
about?
It was just like a documentary about his life, like from childhood up.
Did it talk about like how he showed up at college parties and stuff? This one was on Netflix.
I think so.
Yeah.
This one was on like Xfinity.
Okay, I don't know if
But-
it's the same one, but he just like, it was really cool. I won't even try and explain it. But yeah, what if you guys had to do some sort of prank, what would you do?
That's way too loaded. I don't know how to answer. Do you have an answer?
Do you
to
have
that?
anything?
I feel like it would be really funny to,
Good
No, I
prank
don't.
has to be planned out.
yeah.
That's what makes a good prank a good prank.
Yeah, and it's like, is this a prank for your friends? Is this a prank for your family? Is this a prank for...
Almost like, think of kind of like a flash mob, like that, in terms of it's not really meant to affect a bunch of people.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tough. It's tough,
It's
and it makes
tough.
you really respect like what the Cacophony Society did, because they had like some other ones where they would go to like poetry slams and just like screw around and just like do all this really funny stuff. I want to read the book pretty badly.
Club. So we should
yeah.
read- I'll
Yeah.
be down.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
I was
Really
thinking
cool.
about pitching that. I feel like I have to bring up this shit finger story because I like slightly mentioned it.
Yeah, totally.
So back to Mr. Banks' class, and we already told this story before we recorded, but
We would just do nothing in that class.
yeah,
We
watch
watched
YouTube
movies.
videos, plan pranks,
Hell yeah.
and I think I saw it on. It was probably on Vine because Vine was so big back then. We would
Yeah.
watch a lot of.
Vine was getting
We would just
clocked.
scroll on
Dude,
the
Vine
computer.
was too easy back
We kept
in
him
the
in
day.
business for a semester.
Absolutely.
Easily.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's coming back.
Is it?
I don't know. That's all,
They
people always
yeah.
say that.
I wish, man.
But so what you would do is you'd grab like Nutella, scoop it in, and then ask. What would be cruel is doing this to a random person.
Yeah.
That would be so insane.
That'd be out
like
of line. That'd be
you
out of
run
line.
like the line of getting your ass kicked.
Yeah, that would be scary.
So we would always go to the bathroom together, just a nice piss break. And on this specific day, Ollie didn't have to go to the bathroom yet, but we convinced him in.
forced him to.
Yeah. And then, so we get in there, proper placement. Ollie's to my right.
Yeah, we were stall.
And I specifically remember we were laughing a lot before, too. Like, because I kind of had a nervous energy.
Yeah, I
And,
think
like,
Ollie was getting some skeptical hippo eyes.
No, I don't think so, dude.
No?
I don't think so.
I
Because
was just like, why are these guys so
I
Giddy.
think we were being a
giddy?
little over.
Yeah, you guys are
Yeah.
definitely giddy.
like we were in on something.
yeah.
But-
And then towards the end of my poop, I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, I don't have any toilet paper. And you're like, oh, I got you, dog. And I reached under there with my shit fingers, swiped it across your hand, and the rest is history.
Oh.
You were so mad afterwards.
You were.
Dude, okay, so at first, it's like you were saying earlier, I was laughing at first. I was just like, because I was like, what the hell? And then for a hot second, I was like, just was in my own head. And I was like, is this shit?
Is this
and I got
actually-
really pissed for a hot second. And then I was like, this is just melted ass Nutella. Yeah. I had to
Yeah.
clean that all off. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. But I was definitely flipping. And I saw you recording over the stall too. That's why I was kept flipping more. I just look up and there's a camera. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh,
But you got me good for a good 3 seconds. Like, I was definitely, because at first I was like, oh, this is shit. Like, I was like, well, hold
It
up.
took a second.
It took a second.
Yeah.
It's like, this guy doesn't have toilet paper. This
You connected the dots.
Oh my gosh,
guy's
that's
a menace. Yeah, you do that so in public though.
Yeah, that
Especially
would
if you
be
do it like
messed up.
you do it on the toilet paper. Like that would definitely sell it a little bit more.
Yeah.
That was bad.
I'm still so proud of that, though.
No, that was
The
good.
execution was.
We were
not
talking
even
about
mad.
that for a
I'm
long
not
time,
mad.
and then
Yeah.
you came to school with the hot, warm Nutella. Oof. Yeah, no, good old high school.
Dude, that feels so long ago. Like, it's
It
not even
does.
funny. Like, with the fact we've already graduated college,
Yeah.
8 years of school done.
Yeah, apparently that was the best time of our lives.
It's all downhill from
Yeah.
here.
Yep. Shit.
No, I like. I know some people that don't like. Do you guys believe in peaking? Like, do you think people peak?
No,
Athletically?
I don't think you can peak.
Just like life.
No,
Maybe.
I don't think you can peak.
It depends your outlook, I guess.
I think you can peak when you're old, like when you turn like 60 or something like that. Because like, what else do you have to contribute? Like, at that point, you're old. You're just kind of chilling.
Yeah, I can't see
Yeah,
myself
you know?
liking that though, dude.
Hanging out.
Yeah, you say that
being
now,
old.
but I'm pretty sure every person says that. And then you turn 75, and you can only do so much.
I was at the library overhearing this conversation about these people like talking about being old. Dude, you would have thought they were like just gonna go walk in front of traffic. It was like one guy was like, I can't stand up without getting dizzy. It's hard for me to get out of bed every morning.
Damn.
I was like, dude, maybe I'll clock out at 65
And it's
or
not like
so.
that without old,
Jeez.
like a lot of old people. Like my grandmas live by themselves, active, like
That's
work
cool.
out and stuff. But like, man, the other side of it, working at a nursing home,
Yeah.
Yeah.
people, all that's like, whoa, like you're
Some
you're
dark
younger than my
times.
grandma, and just like
I wonder like what it really is, like what the factors, like the 3 biggest factors in aging are, you know?
dude, probably just health,
Diet and
just, diet and
exercise.
exercase.
Yeah, but I don't
Your
know.
body
And a lot, and some genes. Diet,
Yeah.
exercise,
Yeah,
and
and jeans,
genes.
big time.
Gotta have
Some
the-
people
them
just-
Wranglers.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, getting old is just your body deteriorating. So you take care of your body, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
I like to think taking care of your body now translates.
Right.
Who knows? Remember we were watching that? You guys watch much of those nature shows anymore?
Oh, I watch them all the time.
I don't watch them as much as I'd like,
They're
but
great.
remember we saw like 3 penguins get eaten in one episode?
Yeah, I was trying to not think about that.
Yeah.
Circle of life, man.
Terrifying. I didn't know penguins.
How was
got-
that Spider-Man movie?
Really good. I enjoyed it a lot. I just like those
Did you see it?
movies.
I haven't seen it, no.
I just like those
Those are good
movies in
movies.
general. They're just so well done. The special effects are incredible. And I don't know, at the end, I'm always smiling. So it's like, yeah, maybe it wasn't the best story ever, but I kind of, I don't know, look past that in a way.
Those Marvel movies are crazy. Think about how long since like the first movie they've been planning out. Like this
Iron
whole
Man,
like,
right?
I think it was the Hulk was the first one. Because remember, like, I'm pretty sure the Hulk.
I don't know if that
like,
was done by Marvel Studios.
was.
It was.
That was like the beginning of like the whole DC or not DC Marvel like
Yeah.
what's it called? They call it like stages or something like that. You know what I'm talking about? Well, it's the universe, but they call it like stage 1 of like the like whatever.
I know what you're talking
it's like
about.
different stages like
I've
the stories.
definitely seen that.
Like
on
that's some
Twitter or
crazy
something.
storytelling to like
It
connect
is.
all this together just to like I don't know.
No, it's cool, and they have the next 20 years planned out or some shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
They like
fucking
have these Comic-Con and stuff like that, telling you what's gonna be happening next. Like, that's just insane. That's another level.
You can tell they're moving the old superheroes out and starting to slide in the new ones.
Really?
Yeah, it is what it is. Seems cool.
Yeah.
I feel like all the movies these days are just remakes of stuff, or just like old sequels. You know,
It's
I feel
it's
like there's
definitely a
nothing
little kick
original
right
anymore.
now.
I feel like there's a creative just block right now.
See, they're doing
in Hollywood.
Milan.
That's what I'm saying. They're doing a live action Milan, but there's no music in it. It's not like a musical.
Wow.
Apparently, have you seen the trailer?
No, I haven't.
Apparently, it's gonna be like
I should watch
like
that.
almost like a like pretty badass.
Yeah.
Like it looks dope.
Dude, I
Apparently,
love
Eddie
him.
Murphy, the dragon guy, not gonna be in it.
Oh,
like the
that's
best
so fun.
character.
I love that dragon, dude.
Eddie Murphy. If they would brought back Eddie Murphy for
That'd
that,
be
it'd be
funny.
crazy.
Yeah. Gosh, I'm trying to think of that manly song they sing in it, but
I'll make a man out of you.
yeah.
Dude, I tried to sing that at karaoke.
Man, out of you. Dude, they didn't have it.
No, they did, and they wouldn't put us on stage. It was me and my cousins. We were,
It's a good song at karaoke.
dude, we were black out. We already did Hey Ya by Outkast.
That's a
good.
great karaoke song.
Oh, dude, we did great.
That's funny.
You guys got to see Toy Story 4.
I still haven't seen 3, dude.
Dude,
I heard 3
Go help
was
see-
some of the best like storytelling in a long time.
I'm
Just
so bad at
well
remembering
written.
movies. I don't know if I saw 3.
Dude, it's one with the big purple teddy bear. That one was like good. That was.
I'm
just-
sure you've seen 3
Yeah,
if you've seen
probably.
4.
I almost shed a tear, like single tear down the eye at the end of that, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's just. Those
was
are some
good.
great. They're just so well put together.
They
1 through
are.
4, like
They
I haven't
really
seen
are.
4, but 1 through 3.
Dude, I don't remember this from the previous ones. Maybe I'm just getting older, but Little Bo Peep, she's thick. Dude, like her body shape. I'm not kidding.
right after.
Dude, I'm not kidding. She looks like a Kardashian.
That's wild.
Dude, they're just sexualizing her now. It's
Yes,
2019.
dude, the hip to waist ratio.
wild.
Yes.
Dude, are there any like dirty like jokes they kind of like snuck in there? They always do that. Like
Not that I remember, dude. I was just trying to see it with child eyes. You know?
craziest one. Dude, the craziest one in those is I don't know if you guys remember the scene where what's the name of the girl with the red hair? You know what I'm talking about, Andrew?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So she like you know how like Buzz had a thing for her or whatever, and like
Yeah.
I think it was the second one or something like that.
She bad.
She's thick, but she like goes down like does like a trick, does something super dope, and then Buzz's like wings pop up. He was like stiff. I was like, whoa! Did not catch it as a
Whoa!
Dude, I used to be huge into those videos. You ever watch those
kid.
on
The, like
YouTube?
Mojo ones. Like,
Wait, what?
Like the Mojo like movie, the ones that's like what movies are you talking about?
I'm talking about like it's like Disney like conspiracy theory.
Yeah, like
movies.
the Watch
Yeah.
Mojo, like they make those videos.
Yeah,
Oh, I
I
don't-
definitely.
It's a channel.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I love watching that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
what they're
remember
trying to
watching that when I
say.
was little, dude.
Yeah, the Lion King one I think is pretty messed up.
Aladdin had one, dude.
Aladdin,
that
yeah.
I literally think I clicked on the sidebar of a Tupac conspiracy video and found my way to those, dude.
Agreed. I think same. Good old Tupac, dude.
He's chilling in Cuba.
Hey, if you're listening,
Yeah, that's funny. All right, guys, we're touching 54 minutes.
do we have any last words?
Anything you want to say?
Dude.
Where can they find you?
Yeah, find me at Plantain Poppy underscore
right.
underscore.
I'm glad you did that.
That's
You
a
know,
good
Had to
name.
rebrand. You know where to find me. Keep listening to these guys.
Thanks for coming on,
man,
guys.
you know, love it. Happy to be here.
Peace out, Ollie.
Deuces.